Hello everyone, welcome to my Whip and Chat. It is the weekend before Valentine's Day in 2023 and this is Angie with Angie's Crafting with Diamonds on YouTube and Instagram, and I'm really glad you're here. Today I'm working on Snow Leopard by Sandra Winter, and here's the artwork, and I'm just under the eyes. I'm about halfway through. And like I said, I in my unboxings, I always mark when I start, and I started this on February 7th. And today is, what is today? That's hilarious. I was just looking at my computer working this morning, and now I can't remember what it was. I think today is February the 11th. Yeah, it's Saturday. So today, it's Saturday, seems to be the day, either Friday after work or Saturday. It's kind of the day that I set aside to do some recordings, catch up on my friends, see what's happening, and check in with you guys, my new friends. So, like I said, I'm going to be, I'm working on Snow Leopard. I'm about halfway through, and I'm going to take a moment just to show you what I'm using today. I'm using a Mooney Made de-stash tray that I got from my friend Francesca at Francesca Studio Works. Thank you, Francesca. I love it. It's not very big, but it's sort of perfect. It's just a great size. I just love it. And I have an unboxing for that I will share from my friend Mail. And I also am using this tray from DP Gal Creations. They are a really great Etsy shop, and I'm just loving this tray. I will also be releasing an unboxing about this tray. And I also have the smaller size, but it has some drills in it off to the side right now. And yeah, then I have it's a de-stash pen. I can't remember which kind it is. I'm bad at keeping track of those things. I know lots of people are good at keeping track of those things. But anyway, it's either, could be Poshy pens, but I'm not entirely sure. It's really pretty. I love this pen. It's thin. I like thin pens. In fact, this end is almost too thick for me, but it's fine. I'm using the 4 and 7 placer from Diamond Art Club, the plastic ones, which is not my normal. I like using metal multi-placers, but the ones I have are slim and they don't seem to be working as well for round drills. So for round drills, at least for the regular ones, not the crystal ones, I'm using this. I'm also using my good old Diamond Art Club pen, and I have a glue dot in the end of that. And I'm using Quake Hold putty in the ends of Museum putty. And actually, this kind of doesn't look very good. I think there was wax in here before because I was trying to see if wax would work better with the ABs, but it doesn't. ABs are pretty, but sometimes painful. So what I'm thinking is, while I whip and chat with you, I am going to fill in the rest of this kitty's nose, the Snow Leopard. See, we're coming up on his eye. So this is about halfway. I started this on Wednesday and it's Saturday. So I'm not sure how much time I'll have to diamond paint this weekend because I actually have to do work to catch up on my job. But yeah, let's get at it. So I had a bit of a busy week, but isn't that just normal when you're working and life carries on? You know, I don't normally go into work every day, but this week I pretty much went in every day except Friday. I worked from home yesterday, and yeah, it was nice to be at home, but I also felt myself relaxing, and I shouldn't have because I still need to work today. So I'm hoping that Sunday I get to chill, and my plan is to, on Sunday, do house cleaning because we are due for a detox, a cleaning detox. I am telling you, 3 dogs and a backyard that has had snow on and off, and 1 giant shedding dog. because I consider her giant. Because you guys, I've always had little dogs until we got our Bernese Mountain Dog. And I'm going to remember to throw a picture of her in here. Or even, I might even throw in my Instagram short that I did where she talks to me about how much she likes unboxings and about her dog hair. So I think I'm going to try and clip that in. So there'll be a little break where that goes, right around here. Honey, come here. Sit. This, people, is why there is hair in my glue and such a thing as washi tape. Because this beautiful girl sheds 3 ways to Sunday. Don't you? And you love unboxings. Yes. What a good girl. Yeah, so I hope that was fun for you. She is super cute. And I don't know how I got her to talk to the camera. She just did. She was just in the right mood to do that. She's just so cute. And comes and lays at my feet when I'm diamond painting, especially when my husband isn't home, because, you know, the story of her is that we bought her for Father's Day for my husband a few years ago, and it was like he always wanted a Bernese dog, but he has allergies to pet hair and dander. So my son and I researched to find a Bernedoodle. Well, we didn't know or weren't smart enough to have researched that there are not all coats from Bernedoodle Cross is going to be curly, like poodle hair that wouldn't shed. No, of course not. So we got the dog that sheds. She's a beautiful girl, though. We wouldn't trade her for the world. We absolutely love her. She sleeps in our room on the floor on a giant bed. She is a going concern in the house and lets us know what she wants and needs and when it's time to go for a walk and all those things. But my son picked her out, and she was with a litter of other puppies, and he picked her out because she looked the most like a Bernese Mountain Dog. Well, note to self, that would be why she has Bernese Mountain Dog hair and not the poodle hair, which is, you know, a different DNA string, or a different, I don't know, what do they call them, chromosomes on the DNA strand? Anyway, so yeah, that's all about her. Her name is Heidi, and she will be 4 in April. I can't believe how fast the time is going. 4 years old. That's crazy. Then I have my purebred Shih Tzu. She is going to be 15 in October. I can't believe that. That's just crazy. But she's doing weird stuff too. And she's been on in some of my unboxings and storage things. You've seen her on the floor in her mini dog bed. It's actually a cat bed. And she is just 10 pounds, and she's going blind and going deaf, doing all the things that happen when you get old. But she's still bossy. But her newest thing is when we go to bed at night, she has a crate and 2 dog beds that she has choices to sleep in because she's a princess, right? So she's on the floor, but her new thing is that she goes right when I want to go to bed and, you know, just chill out, she starts trucking around the bedroom clicking. And it's like, what are you doing? She's up under the bed looking for I don't know what. The other day, her great find was I sleep with those earplugs, you know, foam earplugs, because I'm really sensitive to noise and things in the night. And my husband has a tendency to snore quite loudly. And here she grabbed this earplug that had fallen, I guess, the night before behind the bed and trucked it over to her dog bed and decided she was going to eat it. Well, you guys, that didn't make me very happy because now I'm worried. I'm wondering if she's eaten other earplugs that I haven't noticed during the week, you know, because, you know, going to work and everything else, you're not like moving the bed to vacuum in the middle of the week if you work full time, not typically. And I'm like, oh my God, has she like eaten a whole bunch of earplugs and they're all in her stomach? Because she's just small and that would fill her up. Because I remember seeing like YouTube postings and other things of like Great Danes eating like, I don't know, I think there was a dog that ate like 25 socks or something, and he was like full of socks. So now in my mind, my dog is full of earplugs. That's not a very pleasant thought. Just need to fix my glue dot. It's getting unstuck because this isn't a new dot. This is the perfect dot because it is, you know, exactly lined up in my pen. At any rate, so she has congestive heart failure and has been on medication now for about 4 years, I think. And she has seizures, and she's been on medication for that for about 6 years. So this dog is like, you know, she is just the loveliest little girl. Her name is Kisses. And she's just the light of my life. It's been really great. But if an earplug went down her throat when she has a narrowed, like her heart is growing in her chest, right? So if she has a narrowed airway and has trouble getting air, and she eats one of those earplugs, that's gonna like block her airway, isn't it? Because don't dogs have it going together down the same spot? Like it goes down their throat into their rib cage. Anyway, so now I have to be hyper vigilant and make sure nothing falls on the floor, and to check every morning to make sure that I actually locate said earplugs and account for how many there are, because that just freaks me right out. Because what would I do? How would I resuscitate her? And how would we know what she even ate? Because I don't know if that would show up on an x-ray, because it's soft and plastic. They're just those orange foam ones you get at the store. They're absolutely nothing fancy. There's a hopper. Anyways, so that's kind of what's happening with us. House cleaning probably this weekend, probably tomorrow. We're both working today. We worked all week, and we have email and things that my husband and I both have managerial jobs, so we need to catch up on that. My son is in his room doing his usual video games and things. You know, when you're 22, that's your priority unless you found girls. And he would actually have to be motivated to leave the house to go find girls. But, you know, it's fine with me if he hasn't done that at this point. But I would really like him to go out and decide what he wants to do. COVID really slowed him down. It slowed down a lot of young people I know. Just going to have a sip of coffee. Yeah, so he graduated in 2020, right when the COVID shutdown started. And we had a very, whoops, where did that go? A very brief ceremony. He went to private school for kids who need extra help. He has lots of different issues, including mild autism and some learning disabilities. So anyway, they were able to have a different kind of a smaller ceremony with just the parents there, and we did all the spacing and masks and everything. In June of 2020, there was a small opening, and then of course everything started to shut down again, and he was at home and he has anxiety. So yeah, he's just in the last 6 months really showing a propensity to get out of the house and check out life, you know, more so than he was during the heat of COVID. So that's good. You know, I'm really hopeful for this year that he will be able to find at least a part-time job that he can handle, that is good for him. So that's all really good news. So I think today, after I do this and in between work, we'll take Heidi to the dog park. She loves the dog park. Or we'll take her to the green space beside our house. There's like an area in our neighborhood that is mowed by the city. And it's not really supposed to be like this. The sign actually says on leash only dogs, but like everybody takes their dog there, and as long as they're friendly, seems to be the only place to take your dog for a run. We have dog parks in my city, but they're so small that, and there's so many dogs now that you go in there and it's just a muddy pit of, it just smells. It smells really bad whenever we go in there. And not all the dogs are very well behaved. So it's not my favorite thing to do. It seems like they haven't built enough resources for the growing city that we have. Our city is one of the fastest growing cities in Canada. And of course, like all governments, they're broke, right? So they don't put in more resources. And wait till I talk to you about camping in British Columbia where I live. I could do like hours talking about how bad that is. It's beautiful if you can get a spot and if you reserve 6 months ahead. Otherwise, forget it. And like camping at a private campground just completely sucks. So why would you want to do that, in my opinion? At least here, it's different, right? It's probably different where you live. I know they can talk about where I live and my experiences. So that'll be a different day. So I would love to know what you're working on and how your week was and how you're doing. And yeah, look at that kitty. Maybe I'll be able to finish him by next weekend. What do you think? Oh, so we didn't talk about Valentine's Day. Well, that's because I don't have any Valentine's Day plans, so it's not top of my head right now. Maybe my husband has a plan that I don't know about. Highly unlikely, though. We've been married 25 years, so it's kind of like, we'll probably go out for dinner or something like that, you know? We'll probably, I was asking him if he wanted to go to the casino. That's not something we normally would do. I don't know if they have a buffet or what since COVID hit. We have a casino in our town and we've never bothered going because, you know, I went to Las Vegas 30 years ago and I know the difference between a Canadian casino and a Las Vegas casino, and it's just not the same. We walked through one once or twice here to go to a show, and it's just like, it is not the same. It is not. I don't care how you look at it. I went to Las Vegas when I was 21 and I played the slot machines. I had so much fun, and it is not the same thing. It is different. So you have to go knowing it's different and accept it, right? So I'll get back to you next weekend on my probably lackluster, married 25 years, Valentine's Day, and let you know what we end up doing. It may be nothing because we may both be too tired, and we might end up doing something the following Saturday, in which case I'll let you know if we do that. So it's kind of fun. And that isn't that we don't appreciate each other. It's just that we've had a rough few years and we're just trying to make all of our jobs go well and, you know, keep moving forward, because all those things will work themselves out once we're stabilized with jobs. So, and health issues as well. Yeah. But, you know, it'll be fine. Hey guys, welcome back to Whip and Chat Part 2 Sunday, because I didn't write myself notes. And I don't know if you remember last week's WIP and Chat. I actually wrote myself a couple of notes of all the things I wanted to talk about. And obviously I forgot the most, well, okay. I didn't forget the most important thing. I just forgot some important things like, the shout out to my friends. I just don't know why I completely missed that cue, because all I think about is how that event is going to go and all the effort and work we've been putting in. And it's just been so much fun getting to know Debbie and Kim. And their links are in below. And I would love it if you would go and subscribe and follow their channels as well. They're just awesome people. And I guess, yeah, there's that. And then I just thought, well, wouldn't it be kind of fun if I just did a part 2 on Sunday, since I'm not releasing it yet, just to say kind of, what I did so far this weekend. Because I don't know, I was talking a million miles an hour yesterday, and it's kind of funny to listen back to, but I'm going to leave it there. I mean, maybe you don't think I was, but I think I had way too much coffee. And so I thought it was kind of funny, but I'll just leave it the way it is, because maybe it's more fun when it's less produced, and it's more, because I really want to stay authentic, right? I mean, I'm just figuring things out, this whole YouTube land thing. I've mentioned that before, that, I really only started in on YouTube during COVID. And that's because I wasn't working. And I don't mean started in, I don't mean recording. I mean, really watching anything on YouTube other than directions on how to do things. I didn't really follow any channels or anything like that. Oh, that one looks warped. Let's get rid of that. And don't mind my tweezers. I always put a little squishy on one side because I just like doing that. Little hack. Whoops. That's kind of entertaining, isn't it? It looks like an ant moving across my glue. I'll just put that in the garbage. Anyway, yeah, so there was my hack. And I've been using these tweezers for a long time. And they're not even Diamond Art Club. They're Dreamer Designs ones. Yeah, they're awesome. I like them. Anyway, so yeah. So that's, for me, I was working so much up to the start of COVID that I didn't really have time to get into the whole following channels, I was on Facebook. I wasn't on Instagram or any of the things. I just didn't have time. And, I like to do things well. I don't like to do them, I don't know, the only word I can think of is halfway done. I don't want to swear because I would say half you know what with an A. But anyways, I don't know how people feel about that, but it's basically half done. So I'm trying to do things. When I do them, I like to do them well. And that in and of itself creates propensity to procrastinate because I like to do them well. And procrastination is a part of perfectionism, which I think I have a little bit of that. And believe it or not, if you're a perfectionist, you may and you procrastinate, you may or may not have a tidy house. So I have a house that's generally a disaster because I procrastinate and don't get my housework done. And yeah, it goes on. We all deal with life. So anyway, and I also have 2 ADHD people in my house, my husband and my son. So nothing is ever put away. It's always out, and the cupboard doors are always open, and it drives me insane. So then I just give up and walk away because it's easier. And then I go diamond paint, I think I listened to Shay the other day, and she said, yeah, I was finding that, I think she said something to the effect of she was avoiding things because by diamond painting. And I guess I kind of do that too sometimes. But I also have a high stress job right now. So I just need the mental break, and diamond painting is more important for my mental health than trying to organize my ADHD lovely family and dogs and all the rest of it. So those things will get taken care of in due time. I'm just having coffee. It's morning. Sunday morning. I'm getting ready to go on my friend's live that I mentioned earlier. Maya Warming Hansen. It would be lovely if you would jump over on her live and show her some love. She is just the neatest person. She lives in Denmark, and she diamond paints and knits and all kinds of things. And she's just really, really a really nice, genuine person. And I just enjoyed getting to know her so much. I'll throw her channel in the link below too, so you can find her. Anyway, so that's what's happening today. And of course, my husband is getting geared up to watch the Super Bowl. I don't really follow football in Canada. We have the CFL, which is also a football league, but it's not the same as the NFL. It has different rules. And it seems like they're always freezing themselves out because the weather in different areas is like silly cold. So my husband watches the NFL and quite enjoys himself. So he'll have his headphones on and be yelling at the TV downstairs today. And I might go and sit with him and watch a quarter. See, I know what a quarter is. Are you impressed? I didn't grow up in a sports-orientated family. So, yeah, I don't... the most that my stepdad watched was hockey. And that was only sometimes. So... yeah, I am better at following a hockey game than a football game. Football stops too much for me. Maybe I'm the one with the ADHD. A little bit, you know. Haha, an ADHD accountant. Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm an accountant. I'm an ADHD accountant. Anyway, I'll stop doing that. Yeah, so some of the other things I wanted to give a shout out to is my friend Saban. Cover Minders by Saban on Etsy. She has had some health issues recently, and I think she's had to put her shop on hold. But just, you know, she is just lovely. I met her on one of Shay's lives, and she is just the nicest person. And I hope that she is doing better this week. And if you're listening, Saban, you need to know I'm thinking about you. And I guess some other things that are happening in the community right now have to do with Crafty. It's a shop out of, I think they're in Texas. I'm going to get shot if I get it wrong. Although we don't really have guns in Canada. Actually, we do. They're just different. Yeah, so shout out to Crafty if you haven't checked out their sale. Go check out their sale, show them some love. I'm not sure what's left. Last I checked, there was very few diamond paintings, but they have lots of other craft supplies. And they've hit some hard times due to supply chain issues globally and COVID and, you know, just the economy, I think. Although, you know, I can't speak to their business, but they're quite popular in diamond painting land. And yeah, go on out there and show them some love. I'll throw their link down below too, so you can go check out their shop. I mean, they are not going, as far as I know, they are still in business. They just needed to run through their inventory, and they had a massive sale. So it's worth checking that out. Because you never know, there might be some goodies there that you find interesting. And you might want to add them to your shortcuts on your computer for next time and watch for their new releases, you know. I will be doing the same. So, yeah. Oh, what else? The event. The event is going along great guns. The Facebook group has new people every day, which is really exciting. We have our list of sponsors that's been put in the shout out on Instagram and on the Facebook group itself. So there'll be more information about that coming soon. And yeah, getting ready to get ready to do the event. And trying not to start any, personally, I'm trying not to start any new canvases. Or, okay, back that up. That's not true. Because this is a new canvas. Any new large canvases before then. I might pick away on my Diamond Painting Deutschland that I will be doing for the event, because like I said, it will be impossible to finish it during the event. I haven't decided. That could just be a happening. So far, I haven't really had time to work on it because I'm trying to finish off my whips. And you know, one of the whips that I, excuse me, I'm still waking up. It's early here. One of the whips I've been working on is the Crystal Josephine wall from Uniquely Yours Down Under. And I showed last week how I was running out of colors. And I have in fact now run out of 6 colors. And it's to the point where I'm skipping so many sections and there's so many holes in my sections that I'm just going to put it on pause until those colors show up here. I know that Jennifer at Uniquely Yours says she's going to be sending me some, but I have also gone ahead and ordered a pack of 175 colors off of AliExpress in crystal rounds. They were $40 Canadian, which is like about $30 or just under $30 US, shipped to my house. And there's 500 per color. So that's 175 times 500 drills for $40. That is a good deal. I wish they had it in square, but they don't. They only have it in round drills. But if that comes before Jennifer's replacement drill comes, then I can keep working on it. And then, you know, I can replace those in those bags with Jennifer's drills when they come, because I may need those colors again down the road. So that's kind of how that's going to go. Because I want that off my plate. You know, I worked really hard on that kit. I put in, I don't even want to count hours. I know there's people out there that count hours. If I counted hours, I don't think that would be good. Then I would know I'm going to spend way too many hours doing this. Like I was saying earlier, you know, probably I'm spending too many hours. But what's too many? Does it matter? Maybe not. Maybe not. So anyway, I hope that you have a good rest of your weekend. And if you're watching the Super Bowl, you go for your favorite team, you get your diamond painting going and listen in. And yeah, I just wanted to add that into my little whip and chat this week and wish you a good week. And we'll see you again next week. Please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And check out my friends. They have great material. And yeah, show them some love. Thanks. Bye.